for the year. Whenever the business is computing the profit or loss, then this one should be treated as what? As an expense. Now here we have various methods which can be used by a business entity to estimate loss of money value of what? Of assets. So if you want to estimate the value an asset has lost at the end of the year, there are various methods you can be able to use as an accountant. So let's look on those methods. We look on the methods of estimating depreciation, methods of estimating, or in other terms, we can talk of methods of computing depreciation. Methods of computing what? Depreciation. Methods of computing depreciation. Now here we have various methods. The first one is called the straight line method. The straight line method. Number two, we have the reducing. The reducing, also known as the diminishing balance method. Balance method. Number three, we have something called the sum of years digit method. Sum of years digit method. Sum of years digit method. Basically, these are the various, actually we can say these are like the common methods, though we also have other methods which are not that common. In fact, most of the companies uses the first two, the first two methods, but we also have other methods like number four, we have something called the revaluation method. The revaluation what? The revaluation method. So we also have this one, that is the sum of years digit method. Do we have any other method? Yes. So we also have another method, though basically I'm saying some of these methods are not that common, So we also have something called the machine hours method. The machine hours method. And final number six, we have, yes, I think basically we can talk of those methods, depreciation units. Yes, let's just talk of those methods, because I've said, in fact, you'll be able to see that once we start doing some questions from the past papers, usually you'll be told a company depreciates the asset using either straight line or basically the reducing balance method. So the two main methods of estimating depreciation are the first two. Now, how do we apply or how do we estimate depreciation or the loss of value of assets using these particular methods here? So let's start with the first one, which is the straight line. The straight line method. Straight line method. Now, under this particular method here, we compute the depreciation based on the cost of the asset. So in other terms, under this particular method here, an asset is assumed to lose value uniformly throughout its useful life. If, for example, you buy an asset and maybe you estimate that you're going to use that asset maybe for the next 10 years, under this method, we assume that this asset loses value uniformly. So if it is losing value uniformly, it basically means that depreciation for different years will be the same. Depreciation for year one, depreciation for year two, depreciation for year three up to year 10 will be the same. Will be the same. So under this particular method here, assets are assumed to lose value uniformly. To lose value what? Uniformly throughout their useful life. And therefore, in this case, to compute the depreciation per annum, so in this case, the depreciation per annum here, we are referring to the depreciation for each year. So the depreciation for each year, this one is computed by taking the cost of the asset minus the residual value. The residual value is also known as the scrap value. Is also known as the scrap value. The scrap value. We divide this with what? We divide this with the estimated